In Kingston's busy urban rhythm, design tells its own quiet story. The Chalet rests in a calm pocket of Barbican, contemporary, considered, and made for easy living.
Here, every detail matters. It's where comfort meets craft, and city living definitely slows to a softer pace. I'm Jami, and this is The Listing, reimagining real estate through lifestyle. Welcome to the Chalet, where it's all about balance. A boho contemporary short-term rental that gives you the convenience of city living without the chaos. And speaking of balance, joining me today is someone not new to the listing, but I've never met her and I'm so excited. Cordia Coleman from House of Cordia.
Hi, Jami.
Hi, Cordia.
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. And I'm so excited to be in this particular space because I decorated it and it was my first big decor job.
Yes. Beautiful.
Thank you so much. And for short-term rental, as a decorator, the client and I spoke and she really wanted the space to feel like home.
Yes.
Lots of warmth, but minimal. So you can tell me, what was your first impression from
coming into? Definitely did a good job.
Ooh, thank you.
First thing off the bat, I like this nice drop zone. Because you're coming in from the airport, or you're coming from country, you need somewhere to put your bags. But it's like a cute drop zone.
It's a
very
drop
cute
zone.
drop zone, exactly.
Yes, because I wanted persons to also be able to take a picture if they want to.
Yes.
That's very important in Airbnbs. Somewhere where persons can take pictures, and it's great value for the property.
Yes.
Because when they share it, people want to know, where are you?
Because I don't think what a lot of people realize is design is really good marketing.
Yes, it is.
It is. And this is beautiful. It sets the tone. Even this bench is just so nice. Where did you get it?
Thank you. It's a locally made bench. It's actually from my business. And what I wanted to do was just incorporate the overall look of the home in the bench, which is a mix of organic but modern.
So good. I love it.
Perfect. So function and design coming together, right?
Coming together perfectly. So good.
Awesome. Well, let's get to the kitchen, everyone's favorite spot.
Yes.
And I love to stop here in the mornings for coffee, of course. But as you can see, it's very bold in terms of the black and white cabinets, which came with the property, right?
Yes. And I loved what you did because the black and white can seem so cold and stark, but then you came in with your pieces, the rattan bar stools. It really warmed it up. You did such a good job.
Thank you so much. Yes, warmth was key in here.
Yes. Yeah.
And quartz countertops, I know that's something that persons always have questions about, like what's the best countertop, what's going to last, what will soak up the curry, what's going to be the best design choice, but also work, when it comes down to just function.
I 100% believe in the quartz. The quartz is anti-curry, curry-proof. Love the quartz. Yes, we love the quartz, especially for a unit where a lot of people are coming in and out. You need the most durable materials, exactly. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And you can feel the warmth in the kitchen as well. The weather is kind of lending to that, but also the lighting.
The lighting, exactly.
What's your feeling on warm lighting versus white, bright?
I love a warm light. I believe a bright light is only for a surgeon's table.
Yes, hospital
You
vibes.
you need the warm light. And now that we have the curtains, it feels so warm in here. It's windy. It's so cozy in here.
I want to just, go to the living room and wrap up.
It's so good. I love it.
Perfect. So, kitchen space for an Airbnb, short-term rental, it's going to be different, right? We want to focus more on function versus design, because a lot of what we leave out is just for the guests to use. Versus just little accessories that, that might take up counter space that's necessary. But when you're designing for a client, do you tend to try to focus more on function, or is it designed for you?
I think as a designer, your brain immediately goes to design.
Yes.
But sometimes design has to kind of take a step back to lead with function. And you had told me that the apartment didn't come with the island. You decided to incorporate it.
Yes.
And I love that.
So in terms of added value to property, this was a great decision.
Yeah, it was really good because design is good, function is good. but you really want a good return on your investment.
Exactly.
And the best way to do that is updating the kitchen or the bathroom.
Right? Those are the points that you really want to focus on if you're thinking of selling your property, or you actually want to turn an investment home that you have into short-term rental. Focus on fixing the kitchen and the bathrooms.
Love it. Smart. Beautiful and smart.
And Cordia, after spending probably most of your day in the kitchen, you get a little tired, right? But small space means that the living room is close by.
And it's so warm and cozy. Normally, you don't find cute sleepers.
It was very hard.
No, but it looks so good. It looks so good.
I was fighting her on it.
It looks so good.
From arrival to kitchen, the Chalet shows how smart design and calm intention can transform a compact space. Every detail, from the textures in the entryway to the flow of the kitchen, proves that practicality and beauty don't have to compete. Now, that same balance continues in the living area, where comfort, color, and personality tells the rest of the story.
So warm and cozy, right?
So nice. Perfect weather.
And of course, I know as an interior designer, you know the importance of consistency, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just telling the viewers, in case they didn't pick up, what do you see kind of flowing from one area to the next? A consistent theme that's going on here.
Definitely the color palette. It's very warm. Same with the kitchen.
Yes.
We kind of have those gray tones, but also we're here again with the naturals. The jute, which is really, really good. Love it.
And of course, Cordia, small spaces sometimes can be a problem, but what's an easy solution for clients who want to maximize the space in their living area of their apartment?
I do love that you chose ottomans and not necessarily an accent chair, because sometimes when you say an accent chair, you feel like you can't move it.
Exactly.
But with the ottoman, you kind of move it around.
Yes.
It gives you a little lounging space. I think it's really nice. So nothing is really like stationary in the space.
Especially like the floating TV unit, right?
It frees up so much space.
This was so important, right? Because of course it was on the ground, we lose some floor space.
Yeah.
And you know, just for functional elements of the short-term rental, the client wanted to be able to host 3 persons.
Okay.
So it's a 1-bedroom, but the sofa actually turns into a sofa.
That's great. So you have the space.
Exactly.
You have the space.
Here it goes back to design versus function, because although I did want a heavier coffee table, probably bigger, we did think about the guests moving the table to facilitate the bed. So we had to do nesting tables, small, light, you know, just for ease of movement.
But it works.
It works.
And the sleeper is really cute. Normally, you don't find cute sleepers.
It was very hard.
But it looks so good. It looks
I was
so
fighting
good.
her on it.
It looks so good.
And, you know, just this one area now had to serve various purposes.
Yeah.
And short-term rental, persons coming to Kingston, a lot of times it's on business. Pleasure too, but having a workspace, super important. Do you consider workspaces if you're designing for someone's home?
I do, because a lot of persons are working from home now, and you do need an inspiring space, especially as designers. If the area is a little drag, then it takes you forever to design something. Like, you need to feel inspired by a space, and this is not a bad space to work. This is nice.
All gives you a little
city
views,
views.
right?
Exactly, it's a nice space. Love it.
And Cordia, I mean, you know, you're of that age group, Gen Z. Big content creation is a huge source of income for persons, and a lot of times I've found that they've rented the Airbnb to actually shoot their content. So how important is that if you are designing for an Airbnb space to give them that energy or vibe that they're looking for?
So I do love that it's a neutral palette, so anybody can come in and kind of establish their color, which is really nice. And it lends itself to so much more than a sleeping space, you know, because we have the TikTokers now.
Yeah.
If you have your clothes store, you can come and do some content, and it give me a cool vibes, like a nice podcast could even be filmed here. So it's not just like sleeping space. There's so much you could do with
There's
it.
so much, right? So even for persons looking to invest in Airbnbs, they can consider that it's not just for overnight stays. Sometimes they could think about day rentals.
Day rentals, exactly.
Yes, for shoots.
Yeah.
Cordia, I have so much I want to ask you, but I feel like we need to sit down and have a proper conversation.
Let's get into it.
Let's go. So Cordia, I have so many questions for you. Designer to designer.
Yeah.
What would you say influences your design aesthetic? Is it personal lifestyle? Because I feel like for me, you know, being a little older, just a little, and being a mom, I'm always thinking of storage, like where to hide their stuff and, you know, things that won't get too messy. Is that something that you would say you think about? I mean, what as someone in their 20s, what are you thinking about?
I do think so, because I'm a little more vibrant. So I think it comes across in my design. So patterns, colors, I think it translates, but essentially you have to do what the client asks. But you can always see some Cordia in the design.
Of course. And that's important, right? Because people need to be able to be like, that's a host of Cordia.
Exactly.
You know, aesthetic that I want to achieve in my home. Otherwise, you're kind of looking like everybody else's, right? So when it comes on to now the client's needs, yes, they may want light and airy. And then I know, as you said, you usually go for bold. How do you find that middle ground?
So I do take their ideas into consideration, of course, but I also like to blend in my style as well, because I do think sometimes the designer knows best.
Yes, the designer knows best, right?
Yeah, but I do take their cares and concern into consideration.
I know we spoke about, you know, colors versus being very minimal and neutral. So for me, I feel like it's more of a way to decompress. I can come home after a crazy day, and especially with kids, if I can just even lock away and be in just a very neutral space.
I think for myself, I'm not that mindful.
Mindful of it, understand?
Yeah, because I'm the only one occupying my space. I don't necessarily have to go for the performance fabric or say sacrifice a nice beige looking bed for like a black bed.
That's
because
the
it's just
beauty
me
of not having kids, right?
Exactly.
And that's important though when designing for clients who obviously have a different lifestyle from you. Like you are thinking about things like performance fabric, and even for a short-term rental as well, right?
It's key, performance fabric,
Otherwise you'll be constantly cleaning. But okay, so here's a tricky one. What would you say your pet peeve is when it comes on to design?
In Airbnbs?
Anywhere, like if you went to somebody's home, if you went to an Airbnb.
So in people's homes, I'm not too judgy. Because if it's your space, it's your space.
I'm more judging your home.
No, I won't judge your home. But for an Airbnb, I'm going to judge you because people are paying money to stay there. Like,
that's true.
And I believe that, I'm not just saying this because I'm a designer, but I think you should get a designer when you're doing an Airbnb.
That's key, Cordia.
Spend the money, spend the money.
Get the return on your investment, right? I have seen where it has made a difference. A lot of the properties I've decorated for short-term rentals, that's something that the guests mentioned. They said it was the decor that drew them there. Right? But let's say I wanted to update my short-term rental or my home. What would be the most affordable and probably even easiest thing to do?
Most affordable is always paint. Paint. Because
Makes
you can kind of make art with the paint. The paint can change your mood. The paint can establish a design style.
Yes, true.
So if you're trying to establish like a coastal space, immediately doing blue or a teal makes it coastal. If you want to do a mid-century modern, you do a burnt orange, a mustard. So paint.
Paint,
and
right?
you can do it yourself.
You can do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I love about paint. I think it just instantly lifts the mood. That's the first thing I go to when I see a space. We're going to change the paint here.
Exactly.
So Cordia, I have a little surprise for you because I actually do love color and I do love patterns. So I want to show you something right over here.
All right, let's see.
This is the powder room. What do you think, Cordia?
I love it. I am a big fan of color drenching. And this is perfect. Such a moody space. And I think you can get away with this in the powder room because it's that space that needs to be a moment. And you just spend a little amount of time in it. So you just need to make a really big impact.
Make a big wow.
And you did that. This is stunning.
Yeah, so I tried to bring in some texture through these art pieces.
I love it. Stunning.
So you don't have to commit to it. You could just take them off when you want to, change the whole look again.
Yeah, I love it. Beautiful job.
Thank you. Cordia, you know what they say about real estate? It's all about
location, location, location.
Yes. And we are in Barbican. You can't get more convenient than that.
The Chalet captures the rhythm of real life. Spaces designed to work, rest, and inspire. And just when calm seemed constant, the bold powder room shifted the energy, adding surprise to serenity. Now, we step into the bedroom, a space that brings it all together. Comfort, intimacy, and the quiet lived-in luxury. So Cordia, texture upon texture upon texture.
Yes.
That's what I stepped into when I saw this space. I said I wanted to add more warmth, but to also layer it on each surface, from the floor to the bed to the window treatments.
You did a really good job. The room has a lot of depth.
My favorite part is actually the window treatments because I love mixing blinds with curtains. Sometimes we tend to just do one or the other.
Yeah.
But I love that it gave guests the option to leave the curtains open, have the blinds down, or vice versa. And then of course, picking up the colors of the blinds even in the rug.
Yeah. I do love the blinds. I'm not a fan of blinds, but I love that you did this.
Yes.
Because it ties back into the features of the kitchen, which is really, really nice.
Yes, consistency,
and
right?
Yes.
Exactly. Something that I kind of took a risk in here, which I had to convince the clients about. It's not a major risk, but if you notice, the nightstands actually don't match the dresser.
I love that.
And she was like, I don't know about that, but I love doing that.
I love it.
I don't like where it feels matchy-matchy, where the bed matches the nightstands, matches the dresser.
Yeah.
It really gives it a natural feel, collected almost.
It does, yeah.
But yes.
Did a really good job.
Thanks, Cordia.
You're welcome.
Cordia, you know what they say about real estate? It's all about
location, location, location.
Yes. And we are in Barbican. You can't get more convenient than that. Close to restaurants, supermarkets, cafes. I mean, walking distance.
Walking distance too, exactly.
Yes, you don't have to jump in no car to go to these places.
Perfect.
And that's what I love about this particular short-term rental. But it's also something that's obviously, if I'm advising a client, that's what I'm gonna tell them.
Exactly.
What's around you, what's in the area. That's gonna get people to your property.
Great design is inspired by how we live. And in Kingston, that means soaking in a little local flavor. Let's step out for a moment to experience a spot that embodies the city's rhythm in its own unique way. Go in Kingston, there's always inspiration waiting. Back here though, the bedroom is all about calm and comfort.
It's been really great having you. I learned a lot, because I'm still kind of new to this interior decor world. So I really learned a lot from you.
But for your first project, I think you did amazing. This is great. It's beautiful. It's very drift home.
Very drift home. All the textures.
Yes.
For sure.
The neutrals, I love it. You did such a good job.
Thank you so much. Come back anytime to the chalet or the listing.
Thanks, Jami. And next time I'm taking it to one of my spots.
I'm there. So for today's tip, here's one way to really make your unit feel different when you buy into a development. Don't feel like you're married to the hardware or the faucets. Change it out. Change it to brushed gold, black if they gave you chrome, the hardware on the cabinets. It really helps to set your units apart, especially if you're looking into short-term rental where you want to be competitive. Good design pays you back in comfort and value. And for me, that's what makes every project worth the effort. I'm Jami, and this is The Listing. See you next time.